So, Keenan, okay, so question for you. Okay, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. You remember I said I was gangster?
Yeah.
There are some things that I tried in my youth that I shouldn't have tried to sell. And I'm not gonna even go back there that far because I'm 56 now, so it was a long time ago.
Back when Frankfurters only cost a nickel.
Oh, whatever, man. Good one. Okay, so is this was this like a natural transgression? Like did you start not transgression? Progression. I'm sorry. So was this like a natural progression? Like, how did you start off with weed? Were you slinging? Never mind. You know what I'm trying to say.
I mean, I was doing a lot of experiments in my basement.
Gotcha.
On the best grow methods.
And the then, people who knew you benefited.
Yeah, and then I just had my friends came to my house a lot more often.
Gotcha.
And so I had people to play video games with.
Got you.
Gotcha. A lot more often in those days.
Gotcha.
When I was doing the research and development of Pakalolo.
And it all paid off.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, some of my best video game friend partners from back then are still some of our best customers today.
Very nice.
We're currently in the process of getting a new fast food restaurant, Raising Cane's.
Yeah.
I like how you bring up food.
Yeah,
fast food place.
Shout out to Raising Cane's.
Seems to be aimed at stoners. We serve chicken tenders and fries.
That's it, right?
And a bunch of sauces.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually funny that you bring those guys up because like Raising Cane's, I'm excited about it. It's like a cool, every time there's a new restaurant or whatever, people get all excited. Sure, I'll try some chicken tendies. I've never turned down a chicken tender in my life. But we kind of had that idea when we heard about that of like, is this just chicken tenders and fries? Like, we can do that in the fucking air fryer right here at Pakalolo. And like our friends at Quality Foods kind of got us hooked up with like, hey, here's some chicken tendies, and here's the stuff for some sauces. Here's some fries. Here's we got the air fryers, and she was kind of showing us like, all right, here's how you build a menu for just like a snack bar type of thing, and then we just
shout out to Stacy.
Yeah, right. Like our good friends at Quality Foods kind of helped us build on this idea.
Boom.
And like showed us what kind of foods would be really easy for our staff to cook without having to turn into a restaurant.
Right.
Just like really easy, quick stuff for just people that are hanging out and getting high in the bar when they got the munchies.
Yeah. Those munchies, boy.
Yeah, man. Our whole plan is to just totally bite Raising Cane's whole fucking deal, and just like totally just do it for stoners, and we're calling it Roosters.
Hey.
And
Roosters.
It's chicken tenders and fries.
Ooh-wee.
And then we made a copycat sauce of the cane sauce, and we did a copycat sauce of the Chick-fil-A sauce. And then we made our own Lillicoy barbecue sauce.
What?
And so we got like 3 in-house specialty sauces, and we're gonna like be bringing that restaurant thing out at 420.
All
Where can I
people
buy a
have to
barbecue
go
sauce?
is to Pakalolo.
Yeah, just come get high at Pakalolo and order some chicken tendies. And now we're gonna
Ooh-wee.
be putting out a whole new menu where you get to do like order your tendies, order your sauce, order your seasoning.
Okay, so do you necessarily have to indulge in marijuana products to hang out at Pakalolo?
No, of course not. No.
Like, will you get a contact high though?
Really doubtful, probably. Like I would say,
Okay.
almost 100% not, because
Okay.
the state makes us maintain an air exhaust system, a fresh air system in that room.
So
that's like
okay.
probably higher than any like industrial painting and stuff. Like it's
Gotcha.
crazy how much the
Okay,
fresh
so
air they
people
make
like
us move.
myself, don't have to worry about, like, I could go to Pakalolo,
Yeah.
just to
Unless you have like a dickhead friend that's like blowing it directly into your face, like the smoke leaves the room completely. Like Like the smoke just like you watch it and it just dissipates and goes into the vent very fast.
Okay.
It's nice fresh air all the time in there. It's probably more than necessary.
Yeah. Well, look
but
here.
like-
more is better though.
Yeah, it's fine. I think it's funny because like the state makes us maintain a clean air standard well above what anybody that's in the room cares.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
right.
everybody that's coming in there, for the most part,
They
is
know what
coming
they're
in there
coming
to
there
smoke,
for.
right?
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
but we still have to maintain this, it's I believe 60 cubic feet per minute per person in the room.
Oh, good Lord.
It's a lot, and so
Okay.
it's a lot of air moving around, and so it's you watch the smoke leave very quickly.
Okay.
So yeah,
Oh.
people don't really need to worry
Okay.
about a contact high. You can come and watch a comedy show at Pakalolo and not worry about it. Like, just make sure you don't have a dickhead friend blowing it into your nose.
So
Gotcha.
you and I actually had a very similar conversation before I started my new job. This was, I think, a couple years ago because you were having a comedy show and my wife really wanted to go. And I
Yeah.
was like, man, I don't want to go in there.
Am I going to test hot afterwards and lose my fucking job because I watched some jokes?
Right, but you just explained everything that you explained to him, you explained to me.
I'm the same way.
And being in that field of HVAC myself, it made sense, and I probably should have gone to that comedy show, but I didn't. So,
That's all right. We got more coming up. We're
Well, I
doing
can go
that on
now.
the regular.
It
Yeah,
don't
now
matter.
now
Look
you
here,
can
now that I
come.
know what I know now, I'm going to be there.
Hey, right on.
Okay, so I got a question because we're just free flowing right now. So my next question to you, sir, is I know how financial institutes feel towards the marijuana business.
Yeah.
So where do you see is there ever going to be a
That all has to come with changes in federal laws. That's the thing is the banks want to work with us. They'd be stupid not to, right?
exactly?
It's not them.
It's all
that
cash
they're-
interactions right now.
Yeah,
Still?
It's still
Still to
all
this day?
cash. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, the other problem they have is taxing you guys.
yes.
Well, they tax the fucking shit out of us.
Exactly, but why won't the banks take your money then?
Well,
Federal
that doesn't
stuff.
make any damn
Well,
sense
well-
because I still pay federal taxes, don't I?
Yeah,
Like,
because
yeah.
nobody can come to your establishment and use a credit card. Is that?
Yeah, because we don't have a bank account, so we can't establish with
Yeah.
Visa and shit, and even debit.
Damn.
And I know some
That's
dispensaries found
crazy.
funny workarounds about it. I saw one in Colorado when I first visited Colorado before we legalized here.
Yeah.
And they were doing this crazy transaction where it was you swiped your card and it bought you some Bitcoin, and then they pushed a button and it sold the Bitcoin, and then they got the money from it, and it was
Digital currency.
yeah, it was just do you
Wow.
do you want to buy Bitcoin to pay for your weed, and then we'll do the then they right away just hit a button that translated the Bitcoin back to real cash for their bank account.
So is there something in the works right now for that to change, or?
I mean, federal legalization is the thing that we need, and we need change in banking laws. There's always companies and ATM companies and stuff trying to do workarounds.
Okay, so-
cashless ATM type things, but I've found that they're all more challenging than just making cash available.
So I got a question for you, and so I'm not trying to get all political on you or anybody else. However,
Are you asking if I think it's going to happen in the
no.
next 4 years?
So if those of us who are motivated to contact their representatives, who would they contact in order to be hey, can you please petition for us?
Federal legalization?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to go to our members of Congress.
So that would be who?
I guess Murkowski
Okay, so,
and
Dan
Sullivan.
Dan Sullivan. Okay, so those are the people that
What's the new guy's name? Begich.
baggage. Okay, yeah. So those would be the people that anybody within the community would have to go
Yeah, that's
to.
the people that the bank's got to go talk to if they want money in their bank,
Okay.
right? We can't, and obviously, we want to work with the banks and everything. But if it's when federal legalization happens and the banks stop being regulated to not take our drug money, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's like
it's very
legal.
crazy right
It
now
doesn't
because
make a
it's
lot
legal.
of sense. I mean, just like we're 100% state legal, but then they're regulated by the feds, but the feds not overlooking that in legal states is just kind of absurdity to me.
Right.
But yeah, we'll get there and
Right.
be able to like run our business normally, like a normal business, and be able to have bank accounts and, obtain a loan for expansion and things like that like other normal businesses can do.
So right now, whenever you want to expand or do any type of anything, it's like,
Cash dollars.
I didn't even think about that. Like, I knew that you guys couldn't bank with a bank, but I didn't even think, bank's not even.
There's like one place in Anchorage, I think.
Yeah. Well, we took a meeting with Credit Union One. We were like the first company they called because we were the first company, right?
Oh, so they called you.
Yeah, and we went up this is a funny story. We went up to the whatever top floor of the Credit Union One building a few years ago when they were starting a banking for the cannabis industry. And man, it came with so many strings attached.
Oh, okay.
It was like it was big fees and
Whoa.
all this. It was all to the benefit of the bank and in the guise of like, hey, we're helping you out. And then as we kind of looked at it, it was like we had been doing it long enough with cash and gotten good enough at the cash business that option, the limited banking option that the credit union first offered us.
Okay,
was
so
like
the
not
applause
worth
was
it.
kind of sort of.
Well, we said
too
no.
soon.
They roped a few businesses into it, and then they closed all those accounts a few years later because it got shut down or whatever. And we kind of knew it was a little bit of a pipe dream, if you will.
Right.
I think Mac still operates like a little bit better one here in town that some of the cannabis industry members are able to do here locally. But again, like we had just been doing it so long with our cash systems that we felt very comfortable in what we're doing until we have like the full banking where we can, really do everything we would want to do if we were a brewery or a restaurant. And, these like limited accounts still aren't like for us. And we're still willing to like use our cash systems we've developed over the years.
Right.
It's a lot of extra work. It'll be nice when we can, take that extra work off of our plate. But, right now we kind of got good systems in place.
Right.
So, back to when we talked about this in the break, but when I came to your shop, the lady was telling me about these sodas that you guys have. Like, how does that work? Like the same way as when you're making the butter? Or?
The drinks are cool. The drinks hit you a lot faster. They have a different extraction process.
So we're talking about the Tundras, or
Tundras do a drink.
And
we
do
got
you
a
make
hash
them, or
egg.
they're from some?
No, we don't make them. We sell them in our store, but we work with a few different companies that make really good beverages. And then we also get some drink infusers from a few different companies to like stock our bar. So we have like a full bar as far as a cannabis industry type of thing in the back. And so we've got all these drink infusions. We can infuse anything you want to drink.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you infuse chocolate milk?
We can do infused chocolate milk. We do infused mochas. We can even do. We've got NA
chocolate
beers.
milk, man?
I like chocolate milk.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are the 36
my
ounce
favorite
podcast, right? Like, you guys are the beer guys.
Bro.
You can come down and get a weed beer.
Bro.
Like,
I already knew about the weed beer.
Yeah, we can make
There's a weed beer?
Yeah, we can do you a weed beer because we've got the Athletic Brewing line of non-alcoholic beers in cans.
Yeah.
And like those have become really popular, and like a lot of people come down, like people that are outside of the bars for these days, like have decided alcohol's not for them, come down but they still want an IPA, and so we've got these like really good craft beers that are non-alcoholic, but now I can fucking spike them. I could spike
They're still
them.
non-alcoholic, though.
Yeah, they're still non-alcoholic, but I can spike them with
How
weed.
about this? How'd you know about this, man?
So when I was in his shop,
You were in the bathroom for a while there, Tilden.
I need to go.
when I was in the shop, the lady was telling me, she's like, we got the hash egg, which I already knew about.
Yep, that's a good one. It's a really popular
And then
product.
she's like, we also have these sodas.
Yep.
I was like, what?
Yeah, they got a root beer now. They got a bunch of infused sodas, and then now Good Cannabis, our friends down the road, they make a sugar, like a sweetener, coffee sweetener, and a coffee creamer that's in like a little 10 milligram packet, just like the packets that you dump into your coffee. And so we can basically, we got those. We've got the Tundra does a little tincture, so we can make anything.
Okay, so so when you said chocolate milk, bro.
I was just throwing something out.
No,
I like to drink in the morning.
Easy. We can do that. We can make that happen.
Okay, so Keenan, check this out. I love Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. Look, you know that one scene where it's the chocolate river? Come with me.
Yeah.
And we'll be in a world of pure imagination.
Yeah,
Take one look.
Throw some weed leaves in that river right next to
Ooh. And I want to be in that commercial.
it. Hell yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, come through. I'll make you guys some weed chocolate milks. I make a lot of infused mochas, actually. That's like a really popular product. Like people are like, I want a mocha, but I want some weed in it.
That's why you're the #1 voted coffee shop.
Yeah, right?
Perfect.
Yeah,
I want to get high and stimulated at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I didn't even think about that. Right
That's
there.
exactly how I start my day every single day. But it's more with like I smoke and I drink normal coffee.
Right. Same though. It's all happening at the same time.
I start my day with a couple hits from the bong and a cup of coffee. It's the best way to start your day.
Wow. Okay. So let's see here. Let's more questions. One more question.
Yeah. Speaking of
Go ahead.
bongs, and this isn't really a question, it's just a statement, because I told you before, like, I used to smoke a lot of fucking weed. I lived in Washington after high school for about 4 years, and we had this one, we called it the Atlas. It was about 4 feet tall. It took 2 people to operate. You
Nice.
ever used anything like that before?
Oh man,
It's a bomb?
Well, it's funny that you say Washington, because
Damn.
the Washington has so many awesome like glass blowers and so much cool glass. Like when I was down there, I went to school in Idaho, and we went over to Seattle all the time to see friends.
Oh,
And
that's
that
what
was
we
like,
forgot about. We forgot about your educational background, so we're gonna get into
yeah.
that too. Okay. Go ahead.
fully educated.
Okay.
Fully educated.
Okay. Go ahead.
To the brim.
Yes.
But yeah, I always found my friends in Washington always had giant bongs. Like
So
love
it's a
their, and love their
Washington
glass. Yeah, love their glass, love their pieces. Like want to show it off. It's like much more of a Washington thing. I think they have a lot more glass blowers down there that are like
Yeah.
making custom shit.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a in thing here, but like not nearly as much as here. It's like I just want to get high. It's cold outside. I just want to get high.
I would say that my experience in Washington for those few years, it really did. Now that you say that, it really does kind of seem like when I went to somebody's house, a new person's house that I've never met before, they were more about showing me what we were gonna use,
Yeah.
versus what we were actually gonna smoke.
Each state has their own like different weed culture too. Yeah, it's like California and Hawaii are all about like rolling up.
Yeah.
Right, like if you can't roll, it's like
yeah.
you don't really smoke.
Yeah.
Like you don't know how to roll your own joints. Like you can't just show up at the beach with like some nug. If somebody gives you a nug in a paper, you
zigzags.
can't make it happen.
Yeah.
Like you should be able to make it happen.
Yeah.
It's like different states have their kind of different culture around it. Where Hawaii is much more just like, here's 2 nugs and a piece of paper. Like, see if you can get high. Washington has like the glass. Washington and Oregon have the glass blowing culture.
Yeah.
And like,
Okay,
I never thought about it that way. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so check this out though. Okay, so man, like I said, I'm gangster. I used to be gangster. Man, stop laughing, man. Stop laughing.
You're from Monterey.
Okay, so
a town known for its aquarium.
So I've got homies, and they take the damn what are the cigarillos?
Swisher Sweet.
Swisher Sweets,
Oh.
and they take all the they take the time
And they turn it into
Yeah.
a blunt.
and they
I smoked
and
a
they,
million
and
of
they
those.
get all the tobacco out of
How
the
much do you
damn
have to hate
Swish-
yourself to
look,
smoke Swisher
look,
Sweets?
no,
No, you get rid of the tobacco,
So they
just keep
give
the
it the
paper.
tobacco and then they stick the weed back down in the cigarillo.
It's a true story. I've seen it.
Is that so? How come you guys have never, or have you guys developed a damn joint that's a cigarillo wrap with
It's called a blunt.
See,
yeah.
see,
Well,
see,
okay, so-
see, that's why.
You know what a blunt is?
I
But so-
don't.
Me
Educate
and Wiz
me.
Khalifa, we both quit smoking blunts around the same time. We used to both smoke. We agreed on it. We texted about it. But we were both smoking a lot of blunts.
Look here, get
a
him
lot
up
of
for the
swishers.
concert. Get him in
Yeah,
for the
right?
concert.
We were both smoking a lot of swishers, and then realized that the swishers were terrible for us.
Yeah.
And went to all like raw papers and all like stuff that's like it's just natural.
Oh, okay.
Natural,
Okay.
because Swisher Sweet papers are made of tobacco, and like eventually you smoke enough of those, you're gonna
Okay.
have the effects of tobacco, and it's
Oh,
not good for your
okay.
lungs.
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
more tars and carcinogens and all of
Oh.
that. Well, so
Okay.
I got rid of the Swishers papers and stopped smoking any of those. Now, actually, at Pakalolo, we do sell these badass hemp paper blunts that are, it's almost like a cigar. It's their version of a cigar
Yeah.
paper, burns slow just like it.
Yeah.
And has like a wooden crutch at the bottom
Yeah.
for your mouthpiece.
Yeah.
They're pimp. They're like
Yeah, so
so
shameless
good.
plug.
Shameless plug, but that like
No,
I stopped-
no. I'm talking about for me.
Oh, shit,
Okay,
yeah.
so for me on my end, so whenever my daughter comes up here, we take her to Pakalolo.
I love that.
And she gets her joints
Fuck
from
yeah.
y'all, right? And she's sitting on my balcony, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like hating on her. I'm like, I can't smoke no weed, but you go to Pakalola and you get this damn weed, and that's when she gets.
The hemp blunts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really good. That's like a popular product, but we can get away from the tobacco part of it, and we're not allowed to actually serve any tobacco down there.
I mean,
Hey, Jeff, what do you got, buddy?
all right, so I'm thinking here, talking about how it's bad in the lungs and all. If you smoke tobacco properly, or cigar properly,
Yeah.
you don't inhale it in your lungs. You just puff on it.
You just kind of taste it and don't pull it down to your lungs.
Yeah.
I've never been a tobacco or a cigar smoker myself.
So
I smoke cigars.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of.
You do?
Oh,
Yeah, I do.
And you better not be fucking pulling that shit in your lungs.
Nope.
Yeah.
And I drink a
So that's
lot of
probably
whiskey
why I
too.
threw up when I did smoke a cigar, right? Because I tried to smoke it like I
no,
smoked weed.
no, you don't
You
smoke it
don't-
like you smoke
you don't
weed
smoke
or a
like
cigarette.
or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
no.
puff on it just like you do
Yeah.
with a pipe.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's all about the taste. I
Yeah,
can get behind
exactly.
that. Like,
I mean, there were 2 years where, I smoked a cigar every day because I was in some place that did alcohol. Fuck you, Afghanistan.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oops.
But it's a
puffing
case
on
of,
a nice cigar every day.
yeah,
Cool.
a nice Gurkha Black Dragon.
Boom.
So
Very
when
good.
you were smoking cigars all the time, did you get really into the different flavors? And like, this one tastes like cherry, and this one tastes like were you kind of into that?
No,
Like,
I basically picked on one brand after.
you found the one you
It-
like
it
and
was
just
good.
rolled with it.
But
It
is
was
that
a
what
case
weed
of,
smokers do though?
Fuck yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I could taste the wood. I could taste the pecan. I
Oh,
could
man,
taste
yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
when I was smoking cigars, it's a case of, all these guys smoking cigarettes, they can take the smoke break wherever the fuck they want,
Yeah, right?
and I'm like working on this aircraft. I'm like, okay, I am about to kill somebody. I'm just gonna have a smoke break. 45 minutes later,
Yeah,
where you
about
been?
5
I'm
more.
like, I was smoking a cigar, man.
Took me a minute. It's not a 5-minute thing. Sorry.
But yeah, it's a case of it really lets you,
Far classier.
smoke the cigar. They smell way better than a cigarette
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
or
yes,
a
they do.
joint.
No, a joint. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
I mean, the joints you can smell from a mile away. They smell better.
See,
So-
the thing is, to me, is I love that smell. Like I'm like, ooh.
So
I can tell.
So
Yeah.
speaking of
But
joints,
it's a case of I was like a cigar smoker where
no,
in
it's
the
okay, I'll
end
let
of the
him
day
finish.
I'd smoke a cigar and I promptly went and took a shower and changed into clean clothes
Yeah.
because I didn't want to smell that afterwards. But I'm wondering if you could do a cigar weed thing where you get good
Oh yeah, there's
good cigar tobacco, because a true cigar is made of nothing but tobacco leaves.
yeah, right.
If you
There's
could,
a company that makes
mix-
cannagars, where it's all cannabis, right? So they do cannabis leaves. It's in Washington. That makes it, like the wrap is all. It's like basically the exact same thing as the way they do it with the cigar with tobacco, but they do it with all cannabis. Cannabis on the inside. I think they even put a cannabis infusion in the inside, and then all cannabis leaves.
I was thinking more like tobacco leaf, cannabis leaf,
Yeah.
tobacco leaf.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, little
And-
mix, a little spliff action, a little half tobacco, half cigar.
You get some of that really good quality, tobacco leaf that you can't get anymore from Cuba because it's now all the Dominican Republic or Miami. And you can make I'm trying to think how nicotine and tobacco work together, or not tobacco.
It's
Nicotine and THC together.
Oh, well, I mean, that's like a very popular thing amongst hippies, is like mixing the rolling tobacco and their weed into a joint. Like, every Moose Mountain Saturday, like right now, somebody is on the chairlift or on the bus at Moose Mountain rolling up some top with some Pakalolo in a joint right now to smoke on their way down the mountain. Like that's a pretty popular combination. It's not for me. I'm a purist. Like I only like my weed green. It was actually funny when we were in Amsterdam. Everybody would do that. They liked a mix of weed and tobacco. So there was a lot of, like the locals would be mixing some pipe tobacco or some top type of rolling tobacco with their weed in every joint. And when they watched me like roll a fucking fatty of all green weed, they were like, this guy's out of his mind.
Well, it's because you know what you're doing.
And it was like, we smoke different. We smoked different, bro. Like, other people just putting like a tenth of a gram into their cigarette,
he said
basically.
a tenth of a gram.
Yeah, it's like a tenth of a gram into their cigarette and then smoking it and like, I'm so high. I was like, I need the full gram and we're gonna omit the brown stuff.
So Keenan, so I got a question for you though. Okay, so what is it about the smell of weed? Okay, and so the reason I asked that question is because when I lived in Texas before I relocated up here, we had an acre property, and so all my neighbors, we were always an acre apart. I have an acre, so I have 2 3/4 acre of property here. So my next neighbor is about 3 acres away from me. However, when he or his wife are smoking cigarettes, I never smell it. But when his son is smoking weed, I'm like, somebody is smoking weed. What is it about weed, man, that does
there's
that?
A skunk
That guy's got a good plug. He's got a good plug.
I'm like,
Kudos to that guy's plug.
That's
good weed.
I'm like, how do you smell weed
Yeah.
that far away, but you can't smell somebody smoking a cigarette? What is it about weed and the smell of weed?
I don't know. It's I guess it's stronger. Weed is full of like the flower that we're lighting on fire is full of essential oils.
Okay.
Right? And so essentially like the oils in it are what make you feel what you feel and smell what you smell. So like when something smells really strong of like citrus, it's going to be like more uplifting, right?
Yes.
Like, if you smell an orange first thing in the morning, it's like uplifting and wakes you up a little bit. Same thing, like you smoke some super lemon haze, you smell some super lemon haze. It's like those scents, those aromatic oils are present in the cannabis. And so inhaling them and smoking them are going to give you the same effects. It's like smelling them same way,
Right.
And so when you're doing something that has more of like a floral or lavender, you're going to be a little bit more relaxed. You're doing something that's a little bit more like citrusy or piney, might be a little bit more uplifting. And so it's kind of all about the really good weed.
Yeah.
It has more oils in it. It's like an oily, sticky, awesome weed.
So it
and then
carries,
it's going to sink more.
It carries further.
Yeah. Because it's natural aromatic compounds.
Because if my wife and I were sitting on our patio, and like somebody, like his son, 2.5 acres over, 2 3/4 acre over, starts fires up a blunt. I'm like,
My
man,
high ass is over here trying to figure out how big an acre is, and I'm like, just the other end of the acre.
I'm like, somebody is smoking weed. Somebody is, because you can smell it. I'm like, how in the hell does that work?
I have a question.
It's good weed.
Keenan. I mean, especially with all the talks that we've just had with the cigars and the flavors and the smells. When I did visit your shop, I bought a pre-roll, and I really liked it, but the person I shared it with was like, "Oh man, that just didn't taste very good," or whatever. What strand tastes better than others, in your opinion?
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's all gonna be like very personal. Like it's like, what do you want to taste? I got a strain called GMO Crescendo. The GMO stands for garlic, mushroom, onion.
Get out of here.
Yeah, right.
Really?
So that one smells like fucking feet. And like it tastes weird and like, but it's skunky, funky, and some people like old heads are like into that. They're like, I love this skunky, funky weed.
How do you get to that point though?
It's all just different strains, different genetics. Putting different this with this and this with that. A little bit of breeding. Breeding this stinky strain with that stinky strain and seeing what comes out. And so we've done some experimenting with that. Over there, like we've made a few strains of our own from two of our better strains that we have, and like I'd say the most popular strains are typically the more like rare flavors, like peach crescendo and like Maui pineapple chunk, where it's like this tastes like fucking pineapple.
And
Does it really taste like pineapple?
My next question, like,
damn.
Back in the day, before things were legal, you'd go to your boy's house or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, this is the shit, right?
Yeah.
And now you've been able to experiment and really expand on everything. And it was always about the smell when I was younger. I mean, the taste was there, but now taste is becoming more of a thing. And you just said you had one that tasted like pineapple.
Yeah, like smells and tastes like pineapple. I mean, smell and taste, it all goes together.
Is that the flower? Like when you smoke it?
Yeah, like you grind it up. Like you got the buds in there. You smell it. It's a little stinky. You grind it up. You smell it. It's
Well,
like,
everything's
ooh.
stinky.
Yeah, right.
But
But it's like, ooh, you grind it up. You smell it, and then you put it in the joint and you smoke it, and it's like, the smell is a part of taste. So it's all kind of, goes together. It's aromatic oils.
So next time I go see your shop, I should just ask for you and let you kind of give me a tour.
Man. I mean, you gotta. I mean, all of the crew down there can help you out too. Like you need to find the most. I'm usually around, but
I'm not talking about the crew. But it'd be kind of cool actually if I could go in there maybe one time when you're around and just kind of. Maybe not a tour.
Oh yeah, like walk through the grow.
Okay,
yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, so do you offer tours? Do you offer tours?
So we don't have like public tours, like just like available. But that's one of the things that like when nonprofits and stuff ask us for donations.
Yes.
A lot of the times they're doing like silent auctions and things like that at their nonprofit event, and so we'll offer like a tour and tasting package.
Okay.
And so like we've done a few of those recently to like United Way to feminist
really
fundraiser. Yeah.
Okay.
So like then they have that as a silent auction item, and then like groups of people can bid on that, and then so we've got a couple of tours coming up here from people that have like bid on them at fundraisers, and we're like happy to do it. It doesn't cost us much of like a few joints and an hour of my time walking through people through the grow.
Nice.
Speaking of tours, I know you said you don't really offer them to the public. You kind of do the
yeah, it's like a specialty thing.
Right,
It's a really so it feels really special.
All right. So when I originally kind of made that comment, I was like a tour of what's on your wall in your shop.
But but I would be happy to take you guys through the back and show you the plants and everything. Yeah, hell yeah, man.
You are allowed to do that?
Yeah.
As long as it's.
Everybody's got to sign in. I got to check their IDs first, and then everybody's got to sign in and wear a badge that says visitor while they walk through.
So I've done some work at a couple dispensaries here in town.
Yeah.
Myself working on some mini split AC units and stuff, and same thing. You got to sign in. You got to have the badge. Certain areas you have to be escorted through.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's all law, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yep. Only 5 individuals per
Oh, okay.
person that
Okay.
has a like a license. So I can escort up to 5 individuals, I believe.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah,
a
like
little bit later, not right now, but let's maybe plan something.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
take you
yeah.
guys through.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know about you. You're
Yeah.
scared.
No, I'm not scared. I'll do it. I just
No,
won't
he's
breathe.
a gangster.
Yo,
He's a
look here.
gangster.
Look here.
Solid.
Whatever, man. I am. Look here. Whatever, man.
So
We're just messing with you.
I know.
going back to say UPL, unless even if you're roommates with Cheech and Chong, like what was that movie Up in Smoke where we're in the car and it's just like
Yeah.
unless you're actually smoking
64
the joint,
Impala.
you're not gonna fucking test positive.
It's I've seen an anecdote that was something like it would need to be something close to like 100 lit joints in an elevator
Or
to
you
like
just
really get
contact
you to,
high.
yeah, like
Oh.
and you're not. I mean,
I
but
mean-
I can't attest to that. I know. I just saw that like it was a meme.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. I don't know if you can like hotbox a car and not take a puff
Okay,
and still
hotbox.
test. Still test hot. I don't know.
Yeah.
But at this point,
Unless you
like,
got-
who's testing for weed anymore?
Unless you got
Right,
Willie
like,
Nelson's
the-
private reserve.
Only Tilden's bosses. Right? Like, everybody else should
Look
be just
here.
fucking dropping
Look
their
here.
testing shit.
Look here, I'm not saying nothing right now because right now apparently my boss is Elon, so I'm not saying.
Hey, I saw Elon
shit.
get high on Joe Rogan, so what the fuck, man? Like,
You only gonna say shit about
I'm not saying shit about nothing right now.